Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500 and welcome back to Project Ginge. Now, Project Ginge is, as you know, you've seen the walk around, you've seen day one and you've seen day two. This isn't really day three. What this is all about the Mucar being able to do a proxy alignment. I've got airbag issues, as you know, and we need to discover what is causing those issues, and so on and so forth as far as the proxy alignment is concerned. So join me just for a short video for a Wednesday between the two Sunday videos, and we'll see if we can sort out the proxy alignment using the Mucar. Let's go. Right, so we are on airbag Continental. Connect to it and it will do its thing. So there are varying reasons why this mileage is flashing. It could be not mileage flashing, why the airbag light's coming on, as I've just explained. So if the other seatbelt has gone, this will tell us that as well. So I think it's going to have crash data. Reading error codes. Driver's abdominal pretensioner, yeah. So the driver's one has gone. Possibly, oh, that's interesting. Passenger airbag resistance second stage, driver's abdominal pretensioner, that's the seatbelt. Knee guard, passenger's abdominal pretensioner, driver's airbag resistance first stage, passenger airbag. So they are all, so there's no crash data. I don't think. Airbag and pretensioner impact data, special memory failure. Now, all of those blue ones should just go, because they are ones that have been fixed by changing the airbags and so on. The red ones are the pretensioner. So according to that, it's possibly the pretensioner but not the seatbelt. Possibly. So if we clear those, well, they should all go except for the two red ones. Oh, that's interesting. They're not. That's interesting. But there's no crash data. That is interesting. Unless that special memory failure is the new way of saying it's got crash data. Oh, interesting. Okay. Right, morning. It is the next morning and the weather has gone all horrible again. No surprise there. So what we're going to do, seats are getting dry, but they're a little bit damp considering I'm going to be sitting on them for some time. I thought I'd cover them up. Now I need to get the airbag ECU in a state where there's no errors. So obviously I know that I've got to change it at the minimum. I've got to change the pretensioner. So to do just the pretensioner and potentially the seatbelt, you don't actually need to completely take this off. You can get in there with a spanner or a socket to get the bolt undone. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is just to do the pretensioner, because I'm not sure whether that second error was something to do with the pretensioner or whether it was the seatbelt itself. I think it was the seatbelt, but we'll try the pretensioner. We'll then log on with MultiECUScan, see if that error's turned to blue. We know we can't clear it because we got crash data, or we think it's crash data. So if there's still one error there, I'll change the seatbelt. That should then hopefully get rid of it. Then what I need to do is put the new airbag ECU in, which will hopefully have no crash data because it's one I bought from eBay. And then we should be able to clear the codes, because what I need to do is I need to be able to put the stereo or connect the stereo back up temporarily, and then I'm going to try the old Mucar 892BT to attempt to do a proxy alignment. So I need to get it, as I said yesterday, I need to get it to a state where the mileage isn't flashing before I put the new stereo in. We need to code out that Blue Me. So you're just making life a lot easier for yourself if you can do that in one foul swoop. So I'm going to get this done, and then we'll come back and we'll test it and see if it's worked. Right, now I'm down here, I can see that that has actually retracted. it's not retracted all the way. I'm wondering whether, I don't reckon this seatbelt was being worn when the accident happened. So they would have had a shock, wouldn't they, when their face hit the airbag, if that is the case. So I've just taken the screws out down here, and obviously I need to release that. I've got a feeling probably the seatbelt has gone, even though it hasn't gone mechanically. But there's no point in me changing it if there's nothing wrong with it, so we'll try it first. I just wanted to show you the fact that has quite clearly gone. There you go. It is a 17mm, so I've just got a spanner on it. So as long as you can lift it over that to get this out of the way, then you can get a spanner or a socket in there. Much easier than taking the entire thing off. And obviously you can get to the same thing on the seat belt. That's the bolt there. You can see it shining if you need to. So yeah, no need to take it. If you're only doing these, there's no need to take these side panels off. Right, for the moment, all I've done is I've just plugged it in. That's all we need to do. Just plug it in to try it. And because obviously, if I do need to do the seat belt, I don't want that to be up, because then I can't get that out far enough. So we're just trying that first, just to make sure. As I say, no point in changing the seat belt if there's nothing wrong with it. So I will now fire up MultiECUScan, and we'll see what the errors are, and if those 2 errors have gone away, or if it's only just one, or hopefully there'll be at least one gone. Let's have a look. So I'm just firing up MultiECUScan. Obviously it's still coming up with the airbag light, and it just, I don't know if you saw it then, but it did come up about the airbag, check airbags, but it would do, because of course we haven't cleared any codes yet, and of course we've got crash data. We know we can't clear the crash data, so that's always going to show until that crash data is cleared, because I say clear the codes, obviously we can't clear the codes, but I just want to see whether they're blue. Hopefully they're going to be blue, both of them, hopefully. Ooh. Yeah, right, okay, so the driver's one is still on, so we know that the pre-tension is okay now, as we've changed it. So we now know that although the mechanical part of, so maybe they did have their belt on and it just hasn't gone. But yeah, right, okay, we need to change the seat belt, and then that should be okay then. Right, obviously we still have check airbag coming up, obviously, as we know, same as before. We are connecting to the ECU again, and we're going to errors, and hopefully they're all blue now. Yes, everything's blue. So we still have lights on. I don't know why that driver's pre-tensioner resistance says light on, because of course, let's see if it will clear. I don't think it will. I'm pretty sure it won't. No, didn't think so. No, that's because of the memory. Yeah, so all the others are intermittent without the light on. However, that one still says with light on. The second one up, third one up, driver's pre-tensioner resistance. Don't know why that is. But they're blue, that's the main thing, so we know that's okay. So what we need to do now is, again, disconnect the battery. We'll put all the back panel all back on and get all that all buttoned up again. And then what we'll do is we'll swap the ECUs over. And hopefully, because that one shouldn't have any crash data, it should be an easy matter of doing a proxy alignment. So what we'll do is we'll go in onto here, have a look at it, and then what we'll do is we'll boot up the Mucar, have a look at it on there, see if we can clear the codes on there, and then we'll try a proxy alignment on there. Right, unfortunately, if you saw on a previous car, can't remember which one it was now, quite recently, that I bought a Fiat 500L airbag ECU by mistake, and thought I'd try it anyway, just in case they were the same, and the connections on the big plug were different. I've just gone to put that one in, which is a different module number, which generally doesn't matter, but that's different too. And I did have my suspicions, because the plastic around the two modules, where the plugs are, on the one out of the car is brown, on the other one was it green? I think it was green. I'll show you the picture of the two together now. So I can't use it. So it's a Fiat 500 one. I don't know, I'm gonna message the seller and ask what year car it was out of, because for whatever reason it's different. Right, someone did ask a question on this, just while it's booting up. So I've got the dongle plugged in and we're just booting it up. So someone did ask a question about, I was pressing things and it wasn't doing it. Was that because I wasn't pressing it properly? It may well be because I've got the, It may well be because I've got the protective cover on it still, which I should take off really. I think I have, or have I? Or is that just a sticker? Or maybe I have taken it off already. No, there is one on there, yeah. Let me take that off. Yeah, because I'm keeping this, so it's not like I'm going to sell it or anything, so we don't need that protective cover on. So that might have been why it wasn't something satisfying about taking off things like that. Why it wasn't doing it. So we got the ignition on, so we want to read the VIN number. Now I did find this was a bit slow before the VIN scan. It finds it, but it's just a bit on the slow side. There we go. Right, it's doing its thing, doing its auto diagnosis. So it's going to go wah, wah. Computer says no. End diagnosis. So I'm hoping ABS lamp communication signal invalid, whatever that is. BC. Oh my God, we've got loads in here. We're all connected, aren't we? Yeah. 21 DTCs. Rear wiper park, circuit open. Parking aid module, I haven't got one of them. There's loads of things here that we didn't get before. Okay, clear DTCs. Obviously some of those aren't going to work. Obviously we haven't got any lights in the front. Well, no, we got headlights on. Nothing. We haven't got DRLs or anything like that. What's that say? ABS unavailable. Okay, that's all about. That's probably something to. I think the ABS has got. I think the airbag ECU has something to do with that as well. I think, although they have got their own ECU, haven't they? Right, okay, so what we want to do, right, so I've got the radio on. It is actually working as well. How do we do it? I've forgotten where it was now. Read fault codes, clear fault memory, read data stream, actuation, test special functions. Maybe it's under that. Miscellaneous functions. I don't know where it is. Oh, here we go. Proxy alignment down the bottom there. Okay. What do we think? Is this going to work? Right, use a control unit that needs proxy configuration to be replaced. The odometer blinks. You want to check if all control units are configured. Right, it's the VIN number, yes. There are active control units, but are not active. Okay. The occupant restraint, which is the airbag ECU, and the convergence telematic mode. Put the key in. Put the key or the start button to stop off. Why? You can't do that. Maybe it means engine not running. Oh, it's going out of focus. What's going on? Sorry about this. So please wait. Oh, it's going out of focus. Is it actually doing something? Put the key or start button to mile run. Oh no, it was saying turn it off. Don't know why. 2, 1. Procedure terminated not correctly. Okay. So we'll do what it said and turn it off first. Right, is this the correct? Yes. Connection body computer. Put the key to the off. I don't know why it's asking me that to do that. Right, put the key on smart button to run. Oh, music. I have got ECUs missing. Terminated not correctly. Yeah. Now I believe that MultiECUScan will do this. So this may not have been the ideal way of checking to see if it works. Now, if I had all the things connected, it would probably do it. I'm assuming the mileage is still flashing. Yeah. So we'll hook up MultiECUScan and try it on there, basically to get the mileage to stop flashing. That's all we're worried about. So I think MultiECUScan should code out the Blue Me and code out the airbag ECU. Done that before and that does it. This hasn't. As I say, I think if everything was connected properly as it should, this would do it. Let's try MultiECUScan. Right, we're fired up with MultiECUScan. We're all plugged in. We're connecting to the body computer to do a 2014 plus proxy alignment. I don't know whether that actually ever makes any difference or not, whether you connect the right one. Right, airbag node removed, convergence. So this is obviously a lot quicker, isn't it? What we want to hopefully do now is do execute, and hopefully it will code it out. Obviously, we want to code it with the stereo in. That's the main thing. We want the mileage to stop flashing with that stereo pushed in there. That is the reason for doing this at the moment. But if it don't work, then I'll just leave the stereo there until such time as I've got a working airbag ECU, and then it'll do it. Right, dashboard success. This is obviously a lot quicker, and obviously me and probably you are all used to this software as well, but yeah. Oh, yeah, I think it's done it. Turn the key to off. Because it skipped the ECUs that are missing, which is what we wanted it to do.
26th of February.
So hopefully, mileage will now no longer flash. Airbag light's still on. Check daytime running lights, yeah, don't worry about that. Fuel cut off unavailable, yeah, we don't know about that because we know that. I think it's done it, hasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, mileage isn't flashing. So that has done exactly what I wanted it to do, which the Mucar didn't. Not surprisingly. Okay, that's good. So we're at that point now that the mileage isn't flashing, which means we can put the new stereo in when we come to it, and we don't need to worry about that. We will still need to do a proxy alignment, I think, possibly. No, see, if I use the airbag ECU that I've got and get it repaired and put that one back in, then it shouldn't need a proxy alignment. It will just need the codes clearing, which when there's crash data, it won't allow you to do. It's still put the light on. I thought it switched the lights off, but clearly it doesn't. But yeah, mileage has stopped flashing. That's what I really wanted. So yeah, so proxy alignment might not be required. If we get one from another car, which I will also try and do as well, then that will do it. But I'll make sure that it's the same color around the plugs, which I think is probably why that one doesn't work. So that's that for now. We have got a radio signal there. But when I do a scan, it's still not finding any other stations. So I am going to change the aerial. But at least we know we've done the seat belts now. All of the airbags are all okay. It's just a matter of the airbag ECU needs sorting out. So that's still good progress. Shame the Mucar didn't do what I just did really quickly with MultiECUScan. But maybe that was a bit too much for it. But a general proxy alignment I'm sure would work. And I, of course, am yet still to try that, which I will do as and when I need to do it. So it wasn't a great success, as you saw, but I do think, as I said in the video, I do think that when it's got to do an ordinary proxy alignment, just because you've got flashing mileage, you put a new ECU in or something like that, I reckon it would work. It's only because I think you've got some missing. So that may or may not change your mind as to whether you want to buy one of those or not. I don't know. You can't beat MultiECUScan, you just cannot beat it. But of course, if you do other cars, the Mucar is definitely a good bit of kit, really good bit of kit. So that is it for this quick Wednesday video. I'll see you on Sunday for what I'm hoping is the final video on this car. So I'll see you then. So don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, hit that button, subscribe to the channel and give us a thumbs up. I'll link to the Mucar in the description if you want to get yourself one, and I'll link to the video that I reviewed it on if you want to see it in its entirety. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Until Sunday, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.